Yoga, Bombomti, Chini Tanchu, Mungong.
Picking up right where I left off, if you have not read or heard the rest of it and want to go through it, please check out my last video. But we are on section 1, the initial scene. On May 10, 2020, at approximately 5:58 p.m., CCSO Deputy Damon Brown was notified by dispatch to contact Scott Ritter, later correctly identified as Martin Ritter, by phone regarding a possible missing person who also has cancer. Dispatch further informed that the missing person was named Suzanne Morphew and that her husband Barry was driving back from Denver and did not have cell service when in fact he was in his hotel in Broomfield with cell service. Martin Ritter reported to Deputy Brown that he was contacted earlier by telephone by Suzanne's daughter, redacted, age redacted, was attending college at Western State University in Gunnison, Colorado, and did not reside at the Morphew residence. Redacted explained to Martin that she was concerned because she could not reach Suzanne via telephone or text. Redacted asked Martin to go to residence and check on Suzanne. Martin's wife, Janine Ritter, proceeded to the residence but could not locate Suzanne. So Martin contacted Barry via telephone. Martin further stated that Barry told him that he also could not reach Suzanne. Either Martin told Barry that he did not locate Suzanne at the residence, nor could he locate her after searching the immediate area. Barry instructed Martin to call 911 and advised Martin that he was on his way home from Denver. Martin estimated to Deputy Brown that Suzanne went missing around 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Missing between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. that same morning. Deputy Brown reporting. Deputy Brown attempted to contact Barry at 6:05 p.m. without success. Then again at 7:10 p.m. when he spoke with Barry. Barry stated that the last time he saw his wife was at their residence at 5 a.m. that morning, May 10, 2020, when he got up to leave for Denver for a landscaping job. Suzanne was still sleeping and Barry did not speak with her. Barry advised Deputy Brown that Suzanne had recently gained an interest in mountain biking and began mountain biking on a regular daily basis. Barry advised that when Suzanne would bike, she would wear a turquoise in color bicycle helmet and a windbreaker jacket. No other description given for the windbreaker jacket. He described that Suzanne also had an iPhone which she would take with her when biking. Barry added that Suzanne was going through cancer treatments and he provided Deputy Brown with her phone number, redacted, when Deputy Brown requested it. This is a head scratcher. How did he get out exactly? I just got questions. Okay. Deputy Brown and CCSO Sergeant Lamine Mullinex drove to the Morphew residence and turned onto County Road, CR 225 from US Highway 50 at about 7:31 p.m. They drove slowly, looking along the steep incline along the shoulder of CR 225 for the bicycle. As Deputy Brown turned the corner, he saw a blue mountain bike down near the ravine close to the bottom of the hill with the front tire pointed downwards towards the creek, like somebody had just thrown it down there. I don't know. It's looking mighty suspicious, if you ask me. I gotta really look and see why he got out, why they didn't think they had enough evidence, even though it's circumstantial. I don't know. It's looking suspicious enough to me. Sergeant Mullinex accompanied Deputy Brown to investigate the bruised Santa Cruz mountain bike. They saw no indications of a crash. As Deputy Brown noted, the vegetation around the bike was not flattened in the area where a human body would have landed. There was no blood around the bike, nor was there any apparent damage to the bike. Due to the steepness of the incline, the bike should have been damaged if any accident had occurred. When Deputy Brown moved the bike up the path, he noticed that the front brake pad was seized and the handlebars were turned completely to the left, causing the brake cables to wrap around the bike frame. Deputy Brown and Sergeant Mullinex examined the dirt shoulder of CR 225 immediately above the area where the bike was recovered and did not observe any braking marks, skid marks from a bicycle. Man. Deputy Brown examined the front rim of the bike tires and he observed no damage to the rim or spokes, which he expected to see if the brakes had locked and the weight from a rider who would have been going headfirst over the edge. Deputy Brown wrote, "After all these observations, I started to question if something criminal had occurred, as it looked like the bike was purposely thrown in this location." Meanwhile, redacted boyfriend, redacted age, redacted his father, Michael Harvey, and his sister, redacted, arrived at the residence and assisted with searching the immediate area, finding no signs of forced entry at the entry door or any other points of entry into the residence. Deputy Brown walked through the Morphy residence with redacted present. Deputy Brown observed that the residence was well kept and orderly, with the exception of one guest bedroom, later identified as redacted bedroom. In redacted bedroom, the bed was stripped of the bedding. Wait a minute, I'm confused. Okay, I gotta be one of the kids, right? Because it's redacted. Deputy Brown observed in the master bedroom what appeared to be one 22 caliber round of ammunition unfired on the floor next to the bed. He then looked under the bed to inquire where the said ammunition may have come from and observed what appeared to be a rifle storage case. In the main floor foyer area of a storage closet, Deputy Brown observed what appeared to be a reddish-brown substance that was smeared midway on the side of the closet wall. In the kitchen area, Deputy Brown observed a laptop, computer, and documents scattered near the laptop computer. In the three-car garage area, Deputy Brown discovered two white SUV vehicles, later identified as Suzanne's personal vehicle and redacted personal vehicle. At the time of Suzanne's disappearance, redacted and redacted were on a road trip traveling out of Colorado in a redacted vehicle. Therefore, redacted vehicle was parked in the garage. He also observed that there were home surveillance cameras mounted on the exterior of the residence. Deputy Brown described that the placement of the mounted exterior cameras are ideal for viewing any persons or activity coming onto or leaving the Morphew property. Perfect. So we can see everything, right? At 9:37 p.m., CCSO Commander Avila brought Barry into the house and advised Deputy Brown that they were looking for a piece of clothing from the residence for the search dogs to locate Suzanne. Barry walked to the master bedroom and pointed to the clothing on the floor in the closet. Deputy Brown observed mountain bike gloves and padded shorts in the pile. Commander Avila took a pair of the shorts. Deputy Brown was walking in the driveway when Deputy DeFerio told him that there were barefoot marks inside of the bucket on the bobcat. Deputy Brown went with him to examine and found that the cutting blade on the bucket of the Bobcat appeared to be newly replaced, along with the nuts and bolts. All right, I was about to ask some questions. You know I got questions. Sergeant Mullenix documented that he was present when Deputy Brown was speaking to Barry at approximately 7:10 p.m. over the phone. Barry said that Suzanne rides her bike regularly and usually leaves between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Upon inspecting the bike with Deputy Brown, Sergeant Mullenix activated his body camera, as did Deputy Brown. Sergeant Mullenix noted that the bike appeared out of place. Sergeant Mullenix and Deputy Brown walked down to the ravine as they called out for Suzanne. They walked a few hundred yards along the ravine without finding anything of interest. Sergeant Mullenix asked Deputy Brown to go to the Morphew residence while he stayed with the bike, which Deputy Brown moved up to the road. Deputy Brown contacted dispatch as they had no cell service and asked for the local hospital to be checked for Suzanne. Dispatch informed Deputy Brown that Suzanne had not been to the hospital. Sergeant Mullenix asked dispatch to ping the number given for Suzanne's cell phone. Dispatch informed Sergeant Mullenix that the cell phone appeared to be off and last known activity was at 4:23 a.m. on the present date, with a general location about 11.5 miles west of a cell tower in Poncha Springs, Colorado. Wait a minute now. I'm gonna have to stop. Wait, let me ask you a question. So the police can ping your phone and tell it, wait a minute now. I got questions. I know they could do that. If I'm ever on the run, look now, I don't want to be caught. Write this down, people. Write this down. The police can ping you and say exactly which tower. Man, we going to jail. How people be getting away with crimes? I got to know. Well, no, I don't got to know. I promise I'm not. Oh, Jesus. While Sergeant Mullenix was by the bike, Redacted approached and identified himself as the boyfriend of Suzanne's daughter, Redacted. Confirmed that the bike belonged to Suzanne. As Sergeant Mullenix examined the bike, he found no scratches or damage to it. At about 8:42 p.m., Barry arrived on scene in his truck by himself, walked up and touched the bicycle and identified the bike as Suzanne's. Sergeant, Heish Julian. Heish. Yeah, I gotta be Heish. Yish. Is the Isha? Heish Julian reporting. CCSO Sergeant Claudette Heish Julian contacted Redacted on scene that same date, and he reported that Redacted has told him that Suzanne and Barry argued frequently. Redacted added that he was the one who introduced Suzanne to mountain biking about a month ago. He described her mountain biking skills as intermediate level. When Redacted was asked if he noticed anything out of order in the residence, he described that the bedding from Redacted was stripped off the bed. Redacted thought that was strange because Redacted does not live at home. Redacted also thought that it was unusual for Suzanne's bike to not have any damage if she had possibly crashed on her mountain bike. Sergeant Heish Julian next contacted Redacted, who stated that she had last talked to Suzanne on the night of May 9, 2020. She had last seen Suzanne at the end of April 2020. Redacted advised that she had sent a text to Suzanne wishing her a happy Mother's Day on May 10, 2020. But Suzanne had not replied. She also tried calling Suzanne, but the call went directly to voicemail. At that time, she received a call from Barry asking if she contacted Suzanne. Redacted advised him that she attempted to, but was not able to reach her. Barry asked Redacted to let him know if she was able to reach Suzanne. Redacted stated that Suzanne mountain bikes regularly during mountain bikes regularly during the afternoon hours, often using a wide trail across the highway. Suzanne normally took her cell phone, sunglasses, and blue backpack hydration bladder on the bike rides. When Redacted was asked if there was any concerns with her parents' relationships, she denied any concerns or issues. I don't even care if they my mama or my daddy. I'm a mama business. I'm a mama business. Like, I'm not going to say, no, there's nothing going on. I'm a mama business. I know y'all, but I don't know y'all. When asked if there was any reason why Suzanne may leave the area, she denied that Suzanne would ever leave for an extended amount of time. She also denied any recent incidences or concerns between Suzanne and anyone else. Sergeant Julian spoke with Redacted, and Redacted reported that she last had seen Suzanne on Tuesday when she and Redacted left on the road trip. She reported last exchanging text messages with Suzanne on May 9, 2020. Redacted stated that Suzanne works out at the gym regularly and that recently she was taking up mountain biking daily. Redacted added that Barry has mountain biked with Suzanne a couple of times. Redacted denied any marital issues between her parents and described their marriage as very loving. But you see, that's how it's a lie. That's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to blame the kids. All I'm saying is you got to mind your business. Like, you know these people, but you don't really know. Like, everybody puts on a fake or a front to most people. You have no idea. But the fact that you stand there and say it wholeheartedly makes a huge impact. You got to learn to mind your business. You wrong. You wrong. Your mama said so. Your mama said so. Like, did you know your mama had a boyfriend? You know? That's because you got to mind your business. You don't know what's going on. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. But I hope and pray y'all understand what I'm saying. Everybody, y'all got to mind y'all business. You stand up for your people, but don't go out there with your chest out saying, oh, no, they would never. You don't know. Mind your business. Mind your business. May 11 interviews. Sergeant Julian spoke with Redacted on May 11, 2020, and Redacted confirmed that Suzanne wrote religious devotionals in a journal. When asked to describe her Redacted bedding at the Morphew house, Redacted said that her bed is always made. Her sheets and pillowcases are light blue in color, and that her comforter is brown and reddish. Sergeant Julian spoke with Redacted on May 11, 2020, and Redacted admitted that her parents argued a lot. Wait a minute. Okay. Her parents argued a lot and that she feared they would separate or divorce. She said that they were not doing well and that it was for the best that they would separate. Redacted reported that Barry and Suzanne, were both in an unsafe place emotionally. Redacted stated, Redacted, and my dad are different people. And Suzanne and Barry, argue, and they get in fights. And I don't know, they both have just not felt safe at some point. Redacted added that Suzanne and Barry weren't getting along and had discussed divorce. When Redacted was discussing if she had ever seen any text messages on her parents' phones, she advised that she does not ever look at the messages on their phone. When Redacted was asked if there was a possibility that her mom may have left home because she did not feel safe, Redacted said her mom would never leave her. Redacted later said if Suzanne would have left, she would have contacted her and her sister to let them know she was okay. Redacted explained that she and her sister, Redacted, were heading back home on May 10, 2020 with their friend, Redacted, but there were no plans for Redacted to stay at the Morphew house after the trip. Suzanne... I think it's a bunch, Redacted. I think it is. I can't really tell. Hopefully you can kind of see. Suzanne to Redacted was an iMessage text that Suzanne sent at 1358 that said stunning in response to some photos Redacted had sent to Suzanne. In multiple interviews with the FBI in 2021, including one on 4/22/2021, Barry denied that he and Suzanne discussed divorce. Denied. He said, nope, we ain't talking about that. What's wrong with y'all? We ain't talking nothing about that. Mind your business. The statement by Redacted contradicts Barry's repeated assertions to CBI that he deleted arguments between him and Suzanne on his phone because his daughters always looked in his phone. I swear to God. See, that's why I got mind my business. I was about to say something, but mind my business. Mind my business. Mind my business. Redacted said Suzanne always carried her cell phone with her and had a charging cable on her nightstand next to her bed. Sergeant Haas Julian spoke with Janine Ritter, Janine, I don't know, Jeanne Ritter, who confirmed that Redacted contacted her and Martin Ritter via telephone on May 10, 2020 at approximately 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. because she could not reach Suzanne. Redacted asked them to go to the house and check on Suzanne and Janine. I never knew how to pronounce Janine went to the house. She did not locate Suzanne at the house, so she called Barry and told him what happened. Barry asked Janine to look for Suzanne's bicycle. See that right there? That's suspect number one. Like, you suspect. Like, I'm be like, wait a minute, they found a bike, didn't they? Ain't that what he told me to look for? What? Like, Suzanne's bicycle and called 911 if she didn't locate Suzanne. Janine returned to the house a second time, but once again, she did not locate the bicycle or Suzanne. After Janine returned home the second time, Martin called 911 to report that Suzanne was missing. Martin sent Janine back to the Murphy house once more to leave a few notes posted for Suzanne in case Suzanne returned home. Look now. We appreciate you. I wish I knew how to say your name now, Miss Ritter. Because you was doing that legwork. You was putting in all the work to try to get that lady. Barry interviewed May 11th. In the early morning hours of May 11, 2020, CCSO Detective Burgess and your affiant interviewed Barry Morphy. Barry explained that he left his residence at approximately 5 a.m. on May 10, 2020 to travel to Broomfield, Colorado for a construction job. He did not speak to his wife Suzanne that morning because she was still asleep when he left. Barry stated that his daughters were to return to their home on May 10 from a camping trip. Barry said that he texted his wife to wish her a happy Mother's Day, and did not get a response, possibly due to poor cell service at their residence. Barry said that he tried to text her again later that morning, again with no response. Barry reached his daughters via text messages, and they also stated they could not reach their mother. Barry specifically provided his route of travel to Broomfield, and in all subsequent interviews with CBI, Barry never stated that he turned west on Highway 50. Barry explained that his wife's plan for May 10th was to clean the house and get the spare bedrooms ready for their daughters coming back, with possibly a friend to visit. Barry said that his wife rides her mountain bike every day. He added that Suzanne was diagnosed with cancer twice in her life, and she beat it. Barry said that he owned firearms, and all the firearms and ammunition are stored in a locked gun safe in the garage. It should be noted in the garage, but why was that bullet up? No, come here, boo. We got to talk. We need to have a conversation. I'm nosy as hell, and I got all the questions. I promise. It should be noted that on May 11, 2020, while law enforcement searched the Murphy residence, 2 firearms were located at the residence that were not inside a gun safe. A high-powered rifle, oh my goodness, was located in a... Warning, trigger warning. I ain't gave you one of them yet. Hey, remember it? You remember it? Okay, appreciate you. A high-powered rifle was located in a closet on the ground floor, and a high-powered rifle was located in a closet, on the ground floor in a closet. The rifle appeared to be spray painted in a camouflage pattern, and your affiant could not locate a serial number. A Benelli 12 gauge shotgun was found lying against the wall in the garage. Also, a loaded 22 long rifle cartridge was located lying on the floor in the master bedroom near the right side of the bed. After your affiant ended the interview with Barry, he was told that law enforcement was going to seize his truck to process it. May 11, 2020, search on Puma Path residence. On May 11, 2020, pursuant to an authorized search warrant obtained by your affiant while assisting with the search of the exterior of the residence, your affiant located what appeared to be suspect blood on the apron of the garage near the east side of the 3-car garage. Additionally, it was noted by your affiant and other investigators that there was a Bobcat skid steer parked in a parking area driveway west of the Morphew residence. Next to the skid steer south was a flatbed trailer. The trailer was in its tilt position. The trailer bed had some loose gravel and dirt on it. The trailer did not have a jack on it, and the tongue of the trailer was lying on the ground. The skid steer was parked to the left side near the trailer tongue. The items were positioned such that the skid steer bucket appeared to have been used to unhitch the trailer from a vehicle, most likely Barry's truck, and set the trailer on the ground. I swear I'm so confused. I be trying to get mental images. That right there, the tongue and the trailer and the dirt and the gravel. I got mental images, but it ain't nothing like what this actually look like. Somebody tell me what this look like. I'm trying to get the mental image where she was dropped off at. Maybe that was loading her up in the truck so he could, because she wasn't found. I don't know. I got questions, but I don't even know what questions I got. Your affiant examined the skid steer and noted that the cutting edge of the skid steer bucket had been recently replaced, so there was no wear on it. It was also noted several larger bolts and nuts were lying in the skid steer bucket and on the front end of the trailer bed. Suzanne's helmets. On May 13, 2020, search teams located what they believed to be the bicycle helmet Suzanne would have been wearing. Investigators located a photo of Suzanne prior to this date with Suzanne wearing the helmet, documenting its teal color. The item was located at the following GPS coordinates, approximately 0.84 miles northwest of the site the bicycle was located. Wait a minute. So the helmet wasn't at home? I told you I never knew none of this stuff. I just assumed that they found it, approximately 10 meters south of Highway 50 and about 1.52 miles from the Morphew residence. Inside the helmet, law enforcement located a piece of paper in the top portion of the helmet with Suzanne's name, phone number, and address, as well as Barry, redacted, and redacted phone numbers. This item was collected by law enforcement and placed into evidence. Girl, we see you trying to save yourself. I appreciate your energy and effort into saving your life, proving that you wanted to live. That's proof to me. I hear you, boo. I hear you. On May 13, 2020, search teams were still searching areas in the proximity of Suzanne's bicycle and helmet, as well as law enforcement driving roads in these areas, attempting to locate Suzanne. During this effort, law enforcement located what they believed to be fresh tire impressions and a piece of cloth with a reddish-brown unknown substance on it. Also located in the area of the piece of cloth, tire impressions were located. These tire impressions were casted on May 14, 2020 by deputies with the CCSO. As of the present date, these items appear to be unrelated to Suzanne's disappearance. Okay, you got my hopes up. I thought I had another one on them. CBI Crime Scene Report. FBI Special Agent S.A. Grusing. Wait a minute. How y'all get the same one? How y'all get the same one? Wait a minute. Ain't that the same one from Letitia Stouch? I'm confused. Why y'all playing with my emotions like this? I don't like stuff like that. Explain that. Is that the same person? FBI Special Agent S.A. Grusing provided the following excerpts from the CBI Crime Scene Report, Lab Case P20-1889, written by CBI Crime Scene Analyst Tanya Atkinson. Regarding the interior of Barry's F-350 on May 12, 2020, the interior of the truck was cluttered with several personal items. The interior dash area was dusty and dirty. Same with me. Okay. I mean, I'm feeling attacked. So what? It's not supposed to be? Oh, okay. Regarding Suzanne's white Range Rover on May 19, 2020, there were personal items to include Suzanne's driver's license and credit cards throughout the vehicle. Items from the interior were pulled out by sections or areas and photographically documented on butcher paper. Some of the items collected included a woman's jacket and knit cap in the rear, pairs of sunglasses and a key in the glove compartment, a camelback. What's a camelback? That's a bag. And sunglasses in the front passenger seat, spa chemicals on the front passenger floorboard. Girl, what kind of food? You was doing facial pills and stuff like that in the car? Spa chemicals. And a Scott bicycle service receipt on the front driver door. In the front driver door. Regarding the tranquilizer dart cap on May 19, 2020, a plastic needle cover was located in the dryer drum. This was collected by the CCSO along with additional items and swabs from different areas. The needle cover was recovered with sheets from redacted bed inside the dryer. And that leads us to section 2. I am going to, of course, do another video with this. That was a lot. I'm going to try to get them all out this week. If you're interested, like I'm interested, I'll see you next time. If you already know all this stuff, tell us some stuff in the bottom that we don't know. Shock us, surprise us, trigger us just a little bit though. But yeah, this is a mess, and I cannot wait to see what's about to happen next. I'm also about to read this next story that I'm going to be looking at. It's a trial that's happening right now. The Mountain Dew killer or something like that. I don't know. It look interesting. What cases y'all watching right now? Do y'all be watching trials like I be watching trials, or I just be by myself? All right, y'all. They all the questions I got for right now. I'll see you in the next one.